Hi all, back with more Redvers Reverse. This will be my part 7. Not got an awful lot of time. I came up the stairs. I was going to go to unconditional surrender there, but I don't think. I think this is just slightly simpler game. Is sort of, sometimes you're not feeling like straining your brain so much. And I had issues with unconditional surrender at the end of the last part. I felt like I made wrong decisions, and this is where it's starting to show a bit for me, like being a two-player game. I'm sure there's some people watching that saying, "Oh, I wouldn't have done that, and I wouldn't have done that. I would have done it differently." It's difficult when you're trying to play both sides. So this is a solo game, so I just follow the rule. Even though I'm finding the rules a little bit tricky in this game, starting to get through things. I think there's some bits that are maybe left with some thoughts about are we doing it right and not being that sure. But anyway, like I say, yeah, the decisions I'm making are my own decisions for my side, and the AI should take care of the rest. Okay. So part 7. This is oh yeah, we're not. Did I have to just drop things there? Yeah, I did. I kind of left things, didn't I? Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see we are in the bore rifle fire segment, and I remember moving this step marker down a bit to show the step that we were in. We're in the bore firing. Now, we've done all the targeting, and I can see the target markers out there. So we're just going to resolve the firing. So just have a reminder though, this was a 7 strength multi-attack in here. Yeah, and we had this little thing about, would they have been able to fire at that bridge area? And I chose to decide that no. Was that the one I was going to go and ask a question? No, I don't think it was. There was something I thought about asking a question, then I think I looked it up, and I think I was comfortable with how I was doing it. Or was it that one? And I found out that no. I think I'm going to stick with this. I haven't had any comments from anybody involved in the game, any of the designers or whatever. It's sometimes not something you get from a lot of the designers. Comment on videos. I think they're too busy for watching back video footage. Although Sal, the designer, Unconditional Surrender, was making lots of comments on my first playthrough of that training scenario and over there. So yeah, when this time will pass though. I've only just had these videos out quite recently, so we'll see what happens. And then I can learn, and if I'm getting things wrong next time I play it, we can get them right. I don't like putting playthroughs out there if they are showing things. That's why watching that other playthrough and the guy is clearly getting some of the things wrong. I don't blame him too much though, because there was no other footage to really find, video footage to help your way through it. And the rules, I could see where he was getting caught up on some of the things, but then some of the things did start slipping away. I mean, it clearly does say it's 1d6 for rifle fire, 2d6 for shell fire. So, that wasn't something that was secretly hidden away in the rules, Anyway, let's not go on about other people's issues with videos, Grant. So, this was a 7 strength that we looked at first, attacking there. The next one, the 6 strength one, could not attack because multiple attack, right? The next one would have been... Oh, this is a 6 as well. Okay, so the next one would have been this 6. So he's attacking there just singly. Why is he attacking there singly? What's wrong with this guy? Why is he not attacking in? Or is he? No, he's attacking in here, I think. So that would have been the 6. This is a 4. So the next one I look up would have been the 5. He only had, well, actually, he had 2 options. Let's say that would have been a random roll to choose between the 2 options, wouldn't it? Because these, like, if we're talking stacking points, these got 4, that's got 4. I seem to remember talking about that. So we randomised between the 2, I think. And then the 4 must have, I'm guessing it must have randomised between these 2, because again, stacking points 4 and 4, and must have rolled in there as well. Ooh, that doesn't ring a bell though. Oh, hold on. Sure, it's this guy that's multiple attacking, Grant. Right. Well, something's missing here then, isn't there? I might need to go back and look at the footage now after that. See, that was a terrible place to leave the video, wasn't it? So this 5 is attacking in there. It looks like this 5 would then join in and attack in there because he's only got the 1 choice. Oh, hold on. Something's coming back to me now. Something's telling me that this guy only had this area as a target, whereas this had this, and this as a target. And this guy had this and this as a target. What's bothering me is it doesn't look like this guy's involved. I'm going to have a glance back on this. Because surely once we get down to him, and he's a 4 strength, because he's the last one to check. No, he's not the last one to check. That would be the last one to check. But when we got down to him, he could either fire into here and make this a multi-attack, or fire into here as a single. Why is he not doing that? Is it no? No, it can't be because he can't hit, because he could clearly just join the multiple. Alright, hang on, give me a second. I'm going to have to go and look at this. Okay, I can see what's happened. It's because of I talk about this guy at first. I talk about him, he's a 4. We've done the 7. We've looked at that 6. We deal with that 6. He attacks there. The next ones are the 5s. And this, I spend a bit of time on this because I don't know how to decide between the 2. I mean, from now on, I'm going to say, look, if they're 2 strength 5 units, doesn't matter where they can attack. I'm going to randomly select one of them first, and then see where it's going to target. Somebody tell me if there's another way I should be doing that, but I'm not seeing it. Again, not saying that it's not there clear in the rules somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. So I get hung up by deciding what these are going to do. But with this situation, this guy's always only going to have this option to fire into there. So there's going to be a single attack in there, and then this guy could randomise between the 2. And I think I'll make that random call, because 4 stacking points. Doesn't matter the fact there's a single attack marker in there. And then we roll randomly and select this area, so that becomes a multiple attack. I then completely forgot about this guy, the 4. I started wondering, because he was suppressed, he's got a -2 to him, can he maybe not hit anything? I think I just completely forgot about him, and then I go and look at the 2 strength guy, he's the one that then attacks the unit on the bridge, the units on the bridge, doesn't he? So just cycling back there, he can attack either into, well, actually he can attack into this area as well, Grant. Now he can attack into this area, this area, this area, or this area. Can't go in here though, because there's a multiple attack already there. So then he looks at the 3 other areas, and none of them have got any higher priority. They're all C priority, 3 priority, all areas south of the river. So, and then, and within the conditions, if there is more than 1, you choose those with the most British stacking points have precedence. Well, there's 4 stacking points there, 4 stacking points there, and 4 stacking points there. So we're going to have to randomise. Basically, we'd put 2 plot markers in there, 2 plot markers in there, and 2 plot markers in there. I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to do that now. I'll just chuck that down there. We've got a 3, so that is going to be the other half of the what was it? Irish, the 5th Irish. So he's going to get a single attack in there. And just double checking that he can hit with that -2. Well, here's the thing. That's where we've decided he's going to attack. And I've yet to draw the strength, the SP marker or something. It doesn't matter though, Grant. He's going to get the -2 no matter where he fires. So, and he's not got a hidden marker anyway, so that doesn't matter either. So the fire's just going to be. If I can't hit, I'll not bother rolling the dice, and we'll just conclude it like that. Okay, right. Let's move on. So we're going to resolve all the firing now, starting with the strongest. Again, it's starting with the strongest unit first. It says that resolve fire in order, strongest firing unit first. If a commando, place an SP counter. And I did find out that it was the biggest strength unit that draws the SP counter. In this case, these are both 5s. I don't think it matters, so we'll just draw one for that. So let's do the 7 here first. And again, these are 2 7s, so I'm just going to draw it for that guy. So I'm going to dive into the SP cup and really hope we get something. Well, really hope we get a -2, I suppose. That's as big as it goes, isn't it? Well, this is 0. So could have been worse, could have been better. Should I draw all of these, or should we just resolve this? I think we'll just deal with this. You're meant to, is this the bit you're meant to cycle through? No, I think that was the British firing, wasn't it? No. Go in the formation. Yeah, it's this one, because, you know, as the sequence goes, it is this one that states we're on 10.2 just now, doing the bore firing, and we're meant to go right down to 10.6 with each firing unit, because you can see there it says repeat 10.2 to 10.6 for each target area. So I think I should start doing it that way, although it seems a little more fiddlier because we're dealing with British morale and leaders and whatever, whereas, yeah, I mean, that does feel a little. I'm worried that there could, something might matter in that sequence somewhere. I can't quite think what it could be, but the fact that it says there to repeat there after you've dealt with all the British leader and morale bit, I can't see why it matters, Grant. It'd be better to do all the firing. To be honest, the firing on the losses, and then cycle back to, yeah, well, technically you could, if you've got that much going on, you could forget about this, Grant. You could forget. So let's do it as it's meant to do then. It just means we'll be cycling back to the top again and whatever. Okay. So that's a 0. Right, don't need the rules, we just need the chart. Right, what are we doing again? Okay, yeah, so just to do it properly, resolve fire in order, strongest firing unit first, so we're doing that. If a commando places an SP counter, we place an SP counter on our 7 strength unit, which is our strongest, we've got a 0. And then now, because I kind of skipped by this before, to fire, select the British unit in the target area as a target unit by referring to the bore target chart. So I'm going to look at that in a second. It's probably not going to be any different, but. And then if artillery, well, it's not artillery. If a commando, we refer to the rifle fire table, and then we remove any hidden markers that were left. And then we're going to carry on to 10.3 after that. But let's find the target of the rifle fire. And so this is the bore target chart. which has got this strange other battalion bit in it, which hopefully somebody's going to tell me what that means at some point. So it's firing in here, and his choices are this guy or this guy. This guy's disrupted, this guy is not. However, the board target chart does not differentiate between disrupted and undisrupted. It gives you 6 priorities. Any routed? No. Mounted? No. Battalion in close order? No. Other battalion? Question mark. I don't know. That to me says these are other battalion. They're just battalions. I don't know. Other battalion? I don't know. Just a battalion that's not in close order, I'm assuming, maybe? Or, because the previous one was battalion in close order. And then, anyway, priority 5 is dismounted regiment. None of that. Battery is number 6. None of that. So, and we did get, the question was asked on BGG, and the designer confirmed that if you can't break that down, you randomise between... no, sorry, my bad. You pick. I get to pick. So in actual fact, I've done it wrong though, haven't I? Because I've got to decide now what the target is, rather than wait to see the outcome in the fire. Yes, that is correct. Okay, right, well, I'm going to select the disrupted unit then. Okay, so he's the target of the fire, right? So now the charts, the British, the Boer fire. So you can see we've got 7, plus a 1, plus nothing, -2 for being suppressed, and -2 for Cleanso. So that might help us out. The big 7 to start with, not great, is it? So +1, that doesn't apply. SP of the unit is 7, so we're up to 8, minus the 0, which is nothing. However, -2 for being suppressed, so that's down to 6. Doesn't apply, because we've got units that are in Cleanso and there's no Boers there. So we were at a 6, -2 is a 4. So 1 dice, remember that. So it's a 4, and we need an 8 for a hit. So here we go. Oh, damn it. Only just as well. Well, that's not good then. Right, okay, so he takes a step loss. I'm calling it a step loss. SP loss. I mean, I think it's step loss. It's how I want to call it. He had 4 steps. He's now down to 3. If he goes down to 2, which is the one on his other side, we take, which would be the second one of them away, and flip it over, and then he's got 2 steps left. I mean, he's got 4 steps in total. He's took 1, so... Right, and he's still disrupted, although now we're going to have to do a morale check. Oh, does that mean Boer being in that area as well has got to... Right, anyway, yeah, he might have to roll on that as well then. Oh dear. Okay, so that's the fire over. So I'm just going to do it as I said, and I know this is probably going to make it even longer to get through than normal. So remove any hidden marker. Right, looking across, there's no hidden markers there. So British losses, apply step SP losses, step point, strength point. That's strength point losses, but I'm saying it's a step loss, right? So we've applied that, and now we remove the attack marker now, so that's quite good as well. It takes that out of the way, and then you're not confused about looking around anymore. So this maybe does make some sense. So I've removed the multiple attack marker. So now British leader. Right, now, well, yeah, let me see what it says in that area, because right, hang on. Because, yes, we're going to roll for this British leader, but General Boer's in here as well. So, how does that work? Right, British leaders. If SP losses are applied to a brigade, roll 2 dice to place a panic marker or a standing firm marker on its leader. So it's the leader of the brigade. Unless the marker is already present. If the leader gets either result, then it will affect the units. Right, okay. So, but then the second part, to check for eliminated, if Buller, Long, or a leader are in an area where SP losses are applied to British unit, roll 2 dice to see if he is eliminated. Replace any eliminated leaders. So, yikes, we're going to have to check. My guess is we're going to have to check for him being eliminated and Buller. Okay, so we're checking for the leader first for the panicked or standing firm. I've now just got a bit of space down here as well, so we don't need to look at charts for this. Well, I do need to remember the numbers though. So a 3 or less, he'd be panicked. A 10 or more, he'd be standing firm. There's not modifiers to this that I'm aware of, so here we go. Oh, I tell you what, we don't want that again. So 10 or more, he is standing firm. However, we don't want that to roll again, because it's a 2 or 12 in the next roll to be eliminated. That'd be great if he got standing firm and then come up with that. Right, can I just swing up there, zoom in a little bit, and put this standing firm marker on Major General Hildyard? Okay, so now, because he's a leader in that area, we've got to check for elimination, and Buller also has to check for elimination. So we're checking for the leader first. So we don't want a 2 or a 12. He's okay, right? And then we've got to check for Buller, so we don't want a 2 or a 12. Oof, right, okay, I've seen the first one and that kind of hid in the corner a bit. So it's a 5. So, okay, we're all right. We got the 12 at the right part there. Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's going to help this guy get rid of his disruption for sure, because Buller's there as well, giving extra help to that. Okay. Well, actually, I'm saying to that, I'm forgetting, we've got to check every unit. It's only the second West Yorkshire that's got to check. I'm going to take it that the guys that are in the bridge, they're not in that area, they're in a different area here, but I did do a bit of searching for bridge on BGG and whatever. Again, maybe I should have tried to post a question here regarding this. I think I'll just stick with the playthrough just now, and we can see, and we can hopefully, like I say, somebody will make a comment saying I'm getting it wrong, and at least then anybody watching back can see it. I think that was the biggest problem when the guys play through the Hethwell War Games playthrough, was none of his videos were on BGG. I don't think any of them were, no, I don't think he uploaded them to BGG. So you're just relying on people that watch your YouTube channel, or that, like me, I do a search for the game on YouTube as well, just to see, because quite a lot of folk don't post their videos on BGG. But my guess is that designers of these games, if you want them to comment on them, they're probably subscribed to their game on BGG, but they're not necessarily subscribed to your YouTube channel, so how are they going to know? So that's why I'll be putting these up in BGG. And although I haven't had a comment for any of the designers yet, they're there, and let's just say there's a far better chance of getting comments. Right, so we've done these 2 rolls. We didn't need to replace anybody. We're now going to roll for morale and see if we get disrupted, suppressed, or routed markers. Okay. Right, so I've got things a bit tighter here, so it's right down the bottom. I'm assuming I had things moved across. However, we can see that. So we're rolling on this. We are a brigade. It's not in an emplacement. I don't think we can move into emplacements. No, let's see, there's nothing to say. There's a group in emplacement, but a group is the Boers. So, right, sorry. Dragged away there. So we're looking on this. However, here's the modifiers. So, with nobody reduced or eliminated in the brigade, we do have a leader standing firm, so we get a +2 there, which is great. He's not panicked, not in close order, and not mounted brigade. And then the testing unit is going to be a battalion or regiment in the same area as Buller. I mean, I could see where. Interesting. Yeah, one of the bits I thought about today, actually, or when it was, I think it was when I was watching some of the stuff back, and I think I read it. You know how, let's just look at this circumstance again here. That doesn't, I don't know if that works or not. Because when you do the morale check, if any SP losses are applied to an infantry or cavalry brigade in the target area, we roll 2 dice. Find the result and adjust the morale markers to show the new level of each unit belonging to the same brigade. Oh, it does say in the target area. There was something I came across recently that talked about, because you can imagine we could have a unit, we could have a battalion in this area. I mean, you wouldn't think that's going to be affected by morale, though, is it? No, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Let's just leave that. I guess it's just how this is worded. That's this testing unit, but I don't see where it matters what the testing unit is. I don't know. I'm missing something there. Anyway, we're going to select one of the units that is in the area beside Boer, so we're going to get a +1 for that as well. We're not in that area, and none of these apply. So we're getting a +3 to this. Right, we're getting a +3, and we need an 8 or more, really. That's what we're looking for. Right, okay. So with a +3, is this 2 dice? Yeah, it's 2 dice, so good chance of resolving this one. With a +3. There we go. As long as it's not... Oh, that's only just. So 5 with a +3. So just as well we had that +3. Or we would have been, well, disrupted. So 8 or more, we got the result, it's no effect, so good stuff. And remember, although this guy is not affected by, because it's no effect, this guy was disrupted and he keeps that anyway. But with the standing firm, does the standing firm help with the recovery? It does. It gives a +2 to recover that as well. Which, when is that? That's not until... When is the British recovery? I can't remember when that segment is. Oh, right, we've just been through it. It's just after the British rifle fire. You get British recovery. So that's not until next turn. Anyway. Okay. Right, that's that fire resolved. I can see this is going to take a whole part just to resolve this fire, isn't it? Well, it's fine. To be honest, I didn't have an awful lot of time, and I know what it is I'm doing, so it shouldn't be too dinky. Okay. So just checking the final. Well, I suppose we should look together. Just checking the final part of this bit. Roll information morale, done that. Place disrupted, suppressor routed, done that. If routed, remove. Right, well, we weren't routed. And then we refer to the status chart and adjust confidence in the loss markers. No, that's another thing I was thinking about, because we're about to move on to turn 5 shortly. And that's when there's a big change in the status phase. I think I've maybe got the bits covered, to be honest. I was glancing at them earlier and thinking I'm okay, but we shall see. So, and then we go back and repeat 10.2 to 10.6 for each target area. And then once we've done that, we get down to here. If all attack markers are removed, we return it to sequence of play. So I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to show any more of that, but we're just going to resolve the fire in the order of the next strongest unit. Okay. Right, so next strongest unit is going to be the 6, isn't it? Yeah, and he's firing in here, single attack. Okay, so we need to draw an SP counter for him. And that SP counter that's up on the other guys, that stays there just now. That doesn't come off until we move move on a little. Right, so here we go. Oh dear, that's not what we wanted. So that's 8. He's not got multiple attack, but yeah, okay. I'm thinking I don't really need to come down this chart all the time, but I do need to look at myself. But I think I'm going to stop doing this. So we've got a 6. It's not multiple attack. That doesn't apply. We've got 6. We've got +2. He is not disrupted or suppressed. So we've got 8. Well, this is definite hit, isn't it? And none of the things are helping the British. So yeah, this is bad. So with an 8 and a row of dice, fortunately only a 1, so that was fortunate. So we got a 9. It's rifle fire. So it is 1 SP loss. Oh, I forgot to target one of them, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just pick the second Royal Dublin Fusiliers. There's it would have been my choice, so there's nothing between the two anyway, is there? Okay, so an SP loss for him, and then right, and then quickly checking what happens next. We remove the hidden marker, so that's a good thing. So that comes away. I think that was the main reason we kind of done that, but yeah, we didn't want to see a +2 there to start with. That was bad enough. Remove the hidden marker. Actually, that should have happened before I applied any step loss, SP losses. We've applied the SP loss, now we remove the attack marker. Okay. I'm just looking at this myself rather than swing around. And then we roll for the lead. Oh, there's no leader. Okay. Yeah, well that's fine. There doesn't have to be a leader. Oh well, hang on. It does apply. Because it just says, if SP losses are applied to a brigade, roll 2 dice to place a panic marker or standing firm marker on its leader, unless a marker is already present. If the leader gets either result, yeah. Right, and the next part though will not roll on, because it says if Bull Along or a leader are in an area where SP losses are applied. See, it doesn't talk about them being in the area for the first roll though. Okay, so we are going to roll for Major General Hart for the panicked or standing firm. So we don't want a 1 to 3. We want a 10 or more. There we go. Oh, it was trying. So neither. So nothing doing there. Right, but we're not going to roll to see if he's eliminated because he's not in the same area as the SP losses apply. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still to fire here, so it might be that we have to check that again. Then we're going to roll for morale. So, yeah, it's the bottom one's grant. Well, I don't think we're going to have any modifiers here. Testing unit. No. So there's no modifiers. We need an 8 or better to avoid any morale change. Oops. That's me zoomed right out. Let's go somewhere else. Right. 8 or better. Oh, that's good. 11. That'll do. So no effect to that. Good. But that's really good actually, because we didn't really want to get disrupted, because we might be able to have a shot at this guy next turn, you know, and have a chance, because that's him now lost his hidden marker. Right, that's that one done. So next is going to be the 5s. So the multiple attack here. That's a 5, that's a 4, and then the last one's a 2. Right. So the 5s, I'll just put the SP mark on this guy. Because they don't both get one, so it's got to be the primary attacker, their strongest unit, but obviously we need to randomise between the two. Don't really think it matters, so here we go. Oh, come on. This isn't good. Right, okay. So, actually, I'm just going to try and look and roll the dice this time, right? So it's just one dice. We've got... I feel... yeah. I feel like I've got to look at it. I still... yeah, okay. So +1 for multiple, yes. No. The strength is 5, but then we've got the +2. So 7, 8. It's 8. And that's it. It's an 8 again, isn't it? It's a tough game, this. You feel like... is that right? Yeah. We're disrupted, but there's nothing that affects that anymore, but we're not in any beneficial terrain or anything like that. Right, okay. So they've got a +8. That might be alright. Well, we knew we were getting one hit. I think that's just one hit still, isn't it? Yeah, 8 to 12 is one hit. So that was an 11 we rolled. So it is another hit. Right, and I've done the same again, so I'll need to watch this. I'll just pick the first guy. I needed to choose which unit was getting attacked. They're both disrupted anyway, so it didn't really matter. So he takes the SP loss. And we would remove hidden... oh, he's going to remove his hidden marker because he was involved in the fire. Another one removed his previously. Apply SP losses, remove attack marker. Right, and that. Right, now roll to panicked or standing firm, and then roll for elimination on the leader. I'm just going to do this one down here. So we don't want a 1 to 3, we want a 10 or more. We get neither, right, and then we roll for eliminated. So we don't want a 2 or a 12. So nothing more doing there. Then we check for morale. Well, I want to say, I'm not going to go back to this chart again. There's no modifiers again. None of our units are reduced or eliminated. We've not got any leader with standing firm or panicked. No close order. Mounted brigade. Boer's not there. Long's not there. It's not a drift or a bridge area. Yeah, so no modifiers. 2 dice, and we need an 8 for no effect. Well, to be honest, they're both disrupted, so even a 5 or a 6 here, we keep them. They would stay disrupted anyway. So 9 is going to be no effect, right? Yeah, what we didn't want is a 2 there. Oh, well, actually, a 3, a 2, a 3, a 3 or a 4 would have suppressed them. So no effect, but they stay disrupted. Okay, so then we're going back again. We're now looking at the 4 strength attack here. Now this one's slightly better because the unit's suppressed. So we draw an SP. Oh, actually, hang on. We need the target, remember, Grant? We draw an SP, then you select the target, Grant. Okay. So at least you get to see that. Whether that makes any difference, I suppose it might do. Right. So suppressed. He gets another 2. What? Ugh. So he's 4, isn't he? So 6. So we're just going to pick the first royal in a skilling as the target. It's just a single attack. So, yeah, might as well come back and have a glance. One dice again. So it's not a multiple attack, no 9 more stacking points. His SP is 2. The SP counter they get was another. Rewind. His SP is 4. Strength is 4. And the SP counter he got was a +2. So he's got 6. However, he is suppressed. So that's -2. So it's down to 4. And the rest won't score, as they say. I don't think. No. Yeah, okay. So a 4, and we're trying to avoid an 8 or greater. Ooh, just. So a 4 plus a 3 is 7, so we get away with that one. So that's actually really good as well. So the 5th Irish have done well here. So I don't think there's any more that happens here, is there? Remove any hidden marker. There was not any. Apply step losses, SP losses. There wasn't any, and then we remove the attack marker. Yeah, that does clean it up better there as well. I could see you could, especially if I got dragged away and we still had the attack markers out there, and when I come back, the way I was doing it. So although it's maybe more, but I can get in the swing of that, and I don't think we need to look at these charts all the time. I think you can. You can see there's not an awful lot to them anyway. I mean, we need to keep an eye on the ones that we're not looking at, like if it's in a brush or hill area. And this is rough area. It's the darker brown that's hills. And the brush is the sort of greeny bits there. So there's not an awful lot of that. That looks like that's brush up there as well. But and the light brown stuff's just rough, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, the terrain effects chart does keep you right with all these as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at the bridge and that. I've seen a +2 there. And we also got a minus to our morale roll for being on a bridge, do we? Yeah, no dear. Do you get that for the recovery as well? No. Anyway, so where was I? Removed the attack marker. We're not rolling. There was no SP losses this time. So no either or morality check, and then we go back to finish the last firing one, but this is going to be a bit iffy as well. The only thing about this one, well, there's a couple of things actually. He's going to remove his hidden. He is disrupted, so he's got a -1, and there's 3 2s out there. So surely we can't draw another one. So this is the final attack, single attack onto the bridge, which is not good because they get a +2 for it or something. So we're going to place an SP counter. So I'm going to draw a -2 here, I hope, or something like that. Just not a 2. Right, here we go. It's better. There we go. Right, so -1. Remember, he is only a 2 to start with. So with the disrupted, he's going to be a 0. I do want him to fire though, because I want rid of that hidden marker. But I think because of the +2 in the bridge, he's going to get that. Right, so now we select, well, I'm just going to select the top one. Because, oh, actually, no, hold on. One of these is disrupted. So I'm going to select the bottom one. I'm going to select 2nd Queen's West Surrey. We'll select the disrupted unit as a target. Right, hold on here. No, that's fine. The target charts routed, mounted, close order, dismounted, batteries. None of that's applying. The bridge part is part of the bore zone chart, isn't it? Because it's priority 2. Whereas all the other ones we've had have all been priority 3, whereas he's on the bridge. So okay, so we're targeting the one that's disrupted. So yeah, we can see the numbers. Let's have a look at what the modifiers are. So single attack, so that's not applying. That's not applying. Its SP is a 2. Its counter was a -1, so we're down to 1. It's disrupted, so that's down to 0. Right, no, it can't be in the same area as the target. No, I'm not having that. It's in a different area. It's on the bridge. That's a separate area. So we're at a 0. Doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, does apply. So there he's getting a +2 because he's on the bridge. And the rest don't apply. Okay, so it is a +2, this one, which is pretty good because, like I say, I want this guy to fire. So, 1 dice. Well, he needs to roll a 6 to hit us, really. Yeah, he needs a 6. So, hopefully, we won't see that. There we go. So, 2 + 2 is 4. And he was taking that shot because he could have rolled a 6. Okay. So, he's fired. He's missed. We would remove any hidden marker, so at last we get to remove that hidden marker from him. We would apply SP losses. There's none. We remove the attack marker. Good, that's that out of the way now. And there, well, one of the guys underneath is disrupted, but then again, once we get around to it, he might be able to get that disruption off him as well. Panic. We're not checking the leader or morale because there was no SP losses. We've now repeated 10.2 to 10.6 for each target area that had a marker. So if all attack markers are removed, we now return to the sequence of play. Excellent. So back down to the sequence of play. That was a bore rifle fire segment, which we were referring to the fire procedure. Right, status phase. Bore shaken. I keep gliding by that bit. Is there modifiers to that? I don't see a die roll, because it talks about you needing a die roll of 12 to get that happening. Let's look at bore shaken segment. Well, hang on. First of all, let's return the SP counters to the cup. Just swing around there, and we're going to move all these nasty 2s away. So there was 3 2s, a -1 and a 0, wasn't there? Yeah, so they go back in the cup to fight another day, maybe. Right, and then back down to here. We then move the confidence marker 1 box higher. Right, I'm not going to stretch up. I'm going to stretch up and move the bore confidence marker into the game turn 5 box, right? So then we refer to the status chart and adjust the confidence marker. So this is, see, I wish it's got the status phase, but if at least 1 battalion is not reduced with normal morale is present in a hill area north of the Tugela River. Right, not happening. Because let's just zoom out here. I might as well finish off a wee bit of chat about this, because this is going to be the part anyway. We're just ending the turn. There's a hill, what is it? Huangwani. That's a hill area, but it's not north of the river. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming it needs to be the other side of the river, where the river comes up there. So we're not going to be with that. So we're talking about Colenso copies or any of these hill areas here. That would give a -1 to the confidence marker. The other one is, if at least 1 infantry brigade with 50% of starting SP and normal morale, okay, is present in areas north of the Tugela River. That would give a -1 too. Well, we've not got any, but I tell you what, if at least 1 infantry brigade. Now, see, with I wouldn't know how we... I mean, that's not happening right now, right? But let's just say that these guys were in here. He's not normal morale, but the guy on top is. But it talks about, it says, if at least one infantry brigade... So does it need to be the whole brigade? With 50% of starting SP, a normal morale is present in areas north of the Tugela River. Because obviously that is in an area north of Tugela River. So not quite sure how we would work that one out. I mean, if it needs to be the whole brigade, and they all need to be normal morale, yeah, I'm not so sure. And the final -1 you get in the status phase is each emplacement captured by British forces this turn would give a -1. I think to capture the emplacements, I don't know, I want to say we need to defeat the Boer unit, like. I mean, he's a good one to try and get because he is a 2, so... And yeah, we're going to go in there and see what's what. And then the other ones, the pluses for the confidence. Sorry, I'm not swinging down here because it's right down the bottom. Each emplacement recaptured by Boer forces this turn, they would get a +1. So if they happen to then move in and take it back, they get a +1. And then the next 3 are, right, if turn 5 or later, they're all if turn 5 or later. So the first one is, if turn 5 or later and no British units are north of the Tugela River, right, if no British units are north of the Tugela River and also none present in the upper front line areas, and the 3 of them are all regarded being north of the Tugela River and none present in the upper front line areas, central front line areas, lower front line areas. Well, there's the upper front line area, isn't it? So we've got units in the upper front line area. We've got units in the central front line area. And we've got, tell you what, we've just got that one unit in the lower front line area. That was clever. That was smart. Did I mean that? Because that one would have actually triggered, wouldn't it? If that guy wasn't in there, then once we reach turn 5, and the problem with this is that I don't know when this is checked. I mean, we're checking it just now in the Boer shaken segment, but it asks for a check of it. Well, hang on, Grant. It asks for a check it in the fire segment, doesn't it? See, hang on. The thing with this is called the status chart. And there's 3 parts to it. One's the fire phase, one's the movement phase, one's the status phase. This one affects confident and lost. This one affects confidence only. This one affects confidence only. So you got fire, a movement, and a status phase, right? I'm pretty sure if we look down here, fire procedure. No, you know what? I think it's across on the fire. I think it's across on the fire procedure charts, actually. Yeah. Here we go. Hang on. So the British well, actually, that's not true. The Boer shell fire segment is the first fire segment, isn't it? So the thing is, with the Boer shell fire, it's only going to disrupt and all that. So I don't think that can have an effect. That's why I was looking at the British one first. But whatever way it matters, whatever way it says here in the Boer status part, refer to the status chart and adjust confidence and loss markers. So that's after you've had Boer fire, right? And then there's also a section in the British. Refer to the status chart and adjust confidence and loss markers. So you do that at the end of the fire procedure, and that is for the fire part. So you check, is any battalion being reduced or eliminated, or regiment being eliminated, battery or bore unit being eliminated. So okay, that makes sense. Okay. So then you've got the movement phase 1. And oops, that was close. So we've got British movement, and you can see right at the bottom you've got refer to the status chart and adjust confidence marker. And then also if you look at Boer movement, not that we've done any of that, again the bullet is refer to the status chart and adjust confidence and loss mark. So in these steps you would come across here and check, has any British unit that's not reduced entered towards Ladysmith by road area, or that one, or each battery eliminated also, and that's the one that also lost. So why does that happen in the movement phase, that one then? That puts confidence up, that puts confidence down. Or if Boer units maybe move into areas with batteries, do they just get eliminated, possibly? That could be a something, and that's maybe why that's a +1. Well, we'll get to that when we see the Boers actually making a movement. Well, hang on. Here's Boer movement here. There you go. Any commando that enters an area where the only British are Boer, Long, or batteries will eliminate them. And that's why that's there in that movement phase part. And the reason it's a plus, obviously, is benefiting the Boers. The minuses would benefit the British. So that's why that's there. Okay, makes sense. So if any of them move in there and there's just a battery there, they're going to get a +1. Okay, but the final part, the status phase, and I think this is where we're getting this right. I just wish that this part, I wish they would refer to the status chart fire phase, status chart movement phase, status chart status phase. And then, that would clear it up for me here. This must refer to what the status chart status phase, this here. Because it's at the end, it's near the end of the turn. So my thinking there might be that these aren't going to apply until this part of the actual sequence of play. I think I'm going to have to find this one out though, because that could be relevant to, let's just say they were going to get a +1 and I'm not moving it up yet until we get right down. Well, hold on though, Grant. This always is going to happen before you check for the Boer shaking anyway. So it's not going to matter, I don't think. No. Because you can see there, we refer to the status chart and adjust confidence marker here. So we'd look at that now. Okay, that's when I'm going to do it. That's when I'm going to check that. And I'll just wish that had in brackets status phase, and the one beside movement had in brackets movement phase. Okay, maybe the fire and the movement ones are clear, but I don't see. No, Grant, look. It says status phase there. So hold on, let me take some of that criticism back. Because, because it doesn't mention the status phase there, like checking the status chart there in the fire phase. You've got to go across to the fire procedure chart to see that step. It does, however, have it there in the movement phase, and it has it there, and that does say status phase. So okay, well that's good. Okay, that's good. So I know now that that's when we'll check that. Okay, and then we would roll to see if boards become shaken, and then it says if 12, adjust confidence marker to shaken and add no fire counters to the cup. I want to have a look at this before we go. Okay, so it's this part. Interestingly, it's this part, and it's rule 8, because when I opened my tablet earlier today to check a rule up with this, because I was looking at some of my video footage, that's where I was sitting at, rule 8, because I was rereading the rules again. Don't get me wrong, I've read through the rules and I've looked through the rules, and then once I start playing the game, I generally start reading the rules again. And there's not a lot of pages. This is page 7. You're only talking about another couple of pages of rules. maybe 2 or 3. So I got to this bit, and this is a bit I got to and I hadn't read yet, so that's quite interesting. That's why it's not really in my head fresh, but we've not really had to deal with that yet anyway. So it says here, board shaking segment, return all SP counters to SP counters cup. Right, we've done that. Move the confidence marker up one box on the turn and status track. We've done that. Adjust the confidence marker according to the status chart. Yes, and in particular, not just the status chart, but the status phase of the status chart. Okay, it says status phase there, Grant. Right. Do not move the confidence marker lower than box 1 or higher than box 20. Okay. So if the confidence marker is in the same box as or lower than the game turn marker, so I was right with my thinking with that. So at the moment, our confidence marker's 1 ahead of the game turn marker, so we're not going to do this. But if it was in the same box or lower than, so as in, if we had checked the status chart and it had been a -1, it would have then moved it back down to the game turn marker, and we would be considering this. So that's a way of trying to. However, it looks tricky to get. So anyway, if it was same box or lower than the game turn marker, roll 2 dice to see if board confidence is shaken. Add 1 to the roll. Okay. Add 1 to the roll for each box that the confidence marker is below the game turn marker. Right, so it's not just a case of getting it on the game turn marker. You want it far lower to really have a chance. And then if the result is 12 or more, adjust the confidence marker to shaken and add the 2 no fire counters to the SP counters cup. And they're set aside. That's these. You don't start with these in the SP cup. But obviously that'd be nice if you're drawing one of them rather than the big 2s that I was getting. My guess is that means that they don't fire at all. I think that's a bit of a giveaway with the no fire. So there you go. Okay, and then if at the start of the board shaking segment there are British units present in an area with an emplacement and no board units, the British capture it. Okay. Place an emplacement marker showing captured in the area. I don't recall seeing any markers, but markers were captured on them. Oh, you know what that is? I think, because I remember seeing one of the videos where they flipped that over. That's the hidden marker that they usually have. And that's like basically saying it's British. So I think that's maybe what it means there. I don't see any markers with captured on them. Unless I'm missing something. Place an emplacement marker showing the captured in there. If at the start of the board shaking segment there are no British units present in an area with a captured emplacement, the boards recapture it. No need to be present in the area. Okay, so yeah, you need to be careful with that then. Then you remove the emplacement marker. And remember, by capturing an emplacement, it knocks the confidence down, but if they gain it back, it knocks the confidence back up. So yeah. And let's just finish off, why not? I'm only just over an hour, and check this victory segment. Well, you know what? We're going on to that now. So 8.2 victory segment. And it tells you there, the game will end when any of the following occur. Board confidence is shaken a second time. The board's withdrawn and the game ends. So we've got to shaken them twice. Shake them twice. If the confidence marker has reached box 1 on the turn and status track, turn 5 or later, the board's withdrawn, the game ends. So yeah, I mean, we've not knocked it down at all, but we're about to move on to game turn 5, so it's got to be game turn 5 or later for that to apply. So if we can get it down to 1, we win. If the loss marker has reached box 20, the boards do not withdraw and the game ends. And if the game turn marker has reached box 20, the boards do not withdraw and the game ends. So that's how we lose the game, yeah. By either that loss marker moving up. Right, hang on. There's just a little more. I might as well, since I'm getting into this. this is on the next page, so a continuation of where we were. The player will win a British victory if the Boers withdraw and the loss marker is at 14 or less. Boer becomes a hero, he relieves Ladysmith and remains Commander-in-Chief in South Africa. The player will win a... Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that word. That's... Yeah, no. I know... I think I've heard the word... I know the word, but I don't know how to say it. Anyway, if they get that victory... If the Boers withdraw and the loss marker is at 15 or more, Ladysmith is relieved, but the losses shock the British public. Boer is replaced by Roberts. The Boers will win a Boer victory. If they do not withdraw, the British have to fight again before relieving Ladysmith. British public is shocked by the setback and losses. Boers is replaced by Roberts. If the game does not end, move the game turn marker one box higher on the turn and status track. If on the turn and status track, place the Boer guns, must fetch it. Yeah, if they're on the track, when you move the game turn marker, you move them down into the British shell fire box. So I'm moving the game turn marker now on to game turn 5. I'm going to bring that objective marker up top so that I see that. Because there is an objective there. And that is it. And then we go back to the British event segment. So the fact that we're on turn 5, and my thinking was, right, we're going to check these now. We're not going to check these until the end. Which might not matter. But yeah, interesting here. We've got to get them withdrawn, and really for the major victory is for the loss marker to be at 14 or less. And you can see that loss marker moves with this status chart. Oops, sorry, the fire one. And that looks like the only time that moves. I think. So, and obviously the posses are worse for us. So you can see there's 4 posses there. And we get a Boer unit eliminated, the loss marker is going to come down, as well as the confidence marker, but this is the time the loss... Oh, actually, the other time is there, isn't it? Which is similar to that, but the reason it's there is because it can happen in Boer movement. Right, so, but if we get a battalion reduced, or a reduced battalion eliminated, or a regiment eliminated, or a battery eliminated, every one of them moves well, it does move the confidence up, but also importantly, it moves that loss marker up. And it starts at 10. So we've only got 4 moves of that, and that's us at 14, and we need 14 or less to have the victory. The victory that you want. Not so sure I'm going to get that one, but... okay, that was good to just see that at the end, I think. So I'll move things back. That's a... Oh, my battery's gone. Step marker back up at the event. Well, I'm an hour and 10 minutes. All these videos still going in at the hour mark or whatever. Yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying this. It seems tough to get through. We've got some... I'd like to think we might be able to do something next turn. Because in actual fact, we could... Well, we're going to get a multi-fire on this guy. And this guy, with a reasonable possibility. Is that the right? No, what is it? It's 4 plus 1, it's 5. But then you're getting that -2, so you've got you're still needing to roll a 5, aren't you? You're still needing to roll a 5 on a d6 to get a hit. That's tough. I think what we'll find we need to be doing is getting across into these areas beside them. So maybe this is what should be being considered. I mean, to be honest, we could move one of these into here and... Well, actually, when does the fire come first? No, the fire's later, isn't it? Yeah. And then they're going to be in 2 different areas regarding the multi-fire. But we could move one of these guys onto the drift. That's assuming we roll for the drift. and one of them could still make the fire, could just sit. Because remember, we can only have one unit on the drift anyway. Yeah, and both these guys could fire. Anyway, that's for another day. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Although I don't want to completely disown what's on the other table, and I will have we'll have more time tomorrow. I might have a bit more time tomorrow, so I would like to. I think I'll do a bit of both. If I've got the time, I'll do a bit of both. But I'm really quite enjoying this, and I'm not saying unconditional surrender. It's put a stop on me. I just that last bit, I was getting flustered by what to do because I was trying to make decisions for the two sides, and this is where I struggle with my war games and not being able to do two sides. But I'm determined to stick at it for now, because I've tried before and failed, but I've never recorded anything that way, so I'm not giving up yet for sure. And I've just got downfall, so so yeah, I need to persevere because I've got other games that I want to try and play that way. So right, anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.